Hello, and welcome to Revital AI, a channel designed to show, for better or for worse, nearly 100% AI-generated content with next to zero human input, but a little editing. And we want to take this time to go over how this channel operates, as the process is pretty lengthy.
Starting off, there's a variety of different apps and websites used to make each individual piece of this puzzle. For instance, everything starts right here at Perchance, a free-to-use story generator. Now, the human user of this channel wanted to use Squibbler as it was better organized, but unfortunately it was subscription-based, despite how it made itself out to be free to use. But the human user does have plans to include Squibbler in the future. Back to Perchance though, aside from the human user entering in the prompt story, Perchance generates the entire story on its own, with the human user saving the story to notes.
After the story is saved to notes, the next step is the most difficult, as the human user will break the story down into narrations, bringing each special dialogue into the site, 11 Labs voice generator where all PFR voices are stored. Now the reason this step is the hardest is due to the human user wanting to provide unique voices, but is too dumb to figure out how to alter voices on a phone. However, this is not the only issue, as even this site, as I read, this now only allows for 10,000 letters to be used per month, or roughly 333 letters a day. A huge limitation, and one that is taking the human user the most amount of time to resolve.
After the vocals for these stories are made, the user then goes into the crutch of this whole process. Music by Suno, an app that allows the user 5 free generations of songs per day. They advertise 10, but it's 2 songs per generation, and they are mostly similar. The idea is to generate music that mostly fits into and plays under each scene. The part that makes Suno the crutch is being able to upload the song and still attract attention consistently.
With the story, vocals, and music generated, all that's left is the visuals. Now this one is the most restricted of the whole process, and while the human user would like to give some credit to Staryai, unfortunately, they require credits to generate images. Now AI Video has a $60 subscription, and the only thing that the human user is spending money on, and can generate a 3-second video twice a day, but also an unlimited number of images. So while this is another issue for the human user to resolve to create videos, there is at least something the human user can do for visuals. Now, with every piece of the puzzle obtained, the biggest human user section is next. Using CapCut, the human user is able to put all the audio and visuals together to create the final video. Now, CapCut does allow for its watermark to be removed. The human user wants to make sure to give all credit where credit is due before uploading everything.
Now everything except for AI video is free to use, which is definitely a good thing, but there are plenty of AI options, some of which are even superior options to this current setup, but also very costly. Now this is where the Patreon or donation sections would normally come into play. And while we are indifferent to free money, the human user is, well, human and wants this channel to grow under its own merits. So this is the plan the human user thought of.
Firstly, this channel needs to grow an audience, and already shows promise. Once the audience is large enough that YouTube begins paying out a due diligence, the human user will invest those earnings into stocks, but not to buy and sell, but to pay dividends, which once he reaches a new dividend goal, he will expand this channel in order to produce both more and different content, hopefully even a live stream AI show, from places that will be brought up not in this video, especially since the credit limit is probably exceeded by this point.
Now we understand that AI is a controversial topic, and people will judge based on that alone. We are indifferent, but the human user only wants to see the potential of AI and watch as it develops over time. If you really watched this until this point, the human user wants to express gratitude for the support and hopes you enjoy the content to come. Thanks for watching. Oh, and P.S. please be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Not just for support, but because the human user would really appreciate your thoughts and feedback on this video. Thank you again, and until next time.